try my ale sometime. You must. My abbey brews the best in Kent.
It certainly sounds worth the risk of
Fancy a game
my
of
immortal
Orlog?
soul.
Ah, your god is rather a hard taskmaster.
And your god forbids the mixing of wool and linen. It sounds to me like he's never heard of England.
Not all that is written in the scriptures is God's honest truth.
I do a roaring trade at Reculver and Tunbridge. They pay well for my catch.
Eivor, you have news?
Kent's new ealdorman will be Thane Tedmund.
Tedmund? Oh, the Lord is testing me. He is made mouse by you Danes. Barely leaves his fortress at Roosister. How might I gain his influence if he will not speak to me? Or to anyone? 'Tis a puzzle.
To inspire loyalty, Tedmund must owe you something. Such as his life.
Go on.
A fortress stormed. A man kidnapped. If you beat back his enemy, saved him from sure death, his gratitude would be...
Swell. It would know no bounds. But that fortress will be harder to pry open than a nun's knees.
Perhaps. Perhaps not.
Are you hiding something, Bassam?
There is a lumber mill nearby, correct?
Beamisfield. Alfred invests much in fortifying Wessex, and uses our forests to do so. The mill provides his wood.
Tedmund is there.
Impossible! How do you know?
I heard rumors that Tedmund had been lured out of self-exile to manage work on the fortifications of Canterbury.
Taking him from a lumberyard is less dangerous than assaulting a fortress. But your rescue attempt will not have the same flair. Is it worth it?
It may still work. Yes. Yes. Bring him to the megaliths.
And Fulke?
When I have Tedmund's fealty, you shall have Fulke. Now go. I will rustle up a small rescue party.
One more time, I'm telling you. If he says my boots are dirty or my hair needs combing, I will split him open.
You're full of swamp gas. You'll do what you want.
I'm wary of this abbot, Bassam. He is self-serving and evasive. Can he really deliver Fulke?
The abbot is a friend of Fulke's. That is clear.
So long as he doesn't suspect our motive, we may have a chance.
Indeed. This brings to mind a story. Perhaps you've heard of it. The Scorpion and the Frog.
A children's story?
A cautionary tale. The Scorpion wants to cross the river, but he cannot swim. So he enlists the help of the Frog. The Frog agrees to carry him on his back, extracting a promise that the Scorpion will not sting him.
Let me guess. The Scorpion reneges, blaming his nature, and both drown.
The Scorpion crosses the river and stings an innocent man, killing him. So what does this tale tell us?
That your stories are clouded, and their meaning doubly so?
It shows that every tale has 1,000 possible outcomes, many of which are surprising. If the abbot does not deliver Fulke, he will die at my hand. And we will continue our search.
A sobering approach.
Beamisfield is just ahead. Lead. I will follow.
I hope this chase will catch us a plump hen.
Once the abbot has Tedmund's gratitude, he will deliver Fulke. It will cost us nothing more than this.
If that leaden wit keeps his word. If they see me, this will get messy.
You prefer to work in the shadows?
Be my eye.
work. Time is coin and you're spending mine. Do you dare to question the orders of the great Thane? I will flog. We have a quota to fill. We must keep the Danes from Kent. Come on, you lazy hounds. I don't pay you to lollygag.
No! No! Protect me!
It's rare to see Abbot Kinnaburn down this way.
No!
Abbot who? You know, the rich one? The monastery that brews ale? He keeps half the menfolk in the county from their wives.
Ending up with an ale-soused wastrel is another reason I've not taken a husband.
If you're waiting for a sober one, you'll die an old maid.
Gente! Fly Revereras! I am not who you think I am! Let me go!
Stop caterwauling and you'll live.
Live! Oh, saints, protect me!
Silence will save you, Tedmund. Silence, not your saints.
Flee, my friend. We have the man we came for. Does this venture not set your blood ablaze?
You don't prefer working in the shadows?
And so we have. To steal a man, take him with swiftness, and escape without anyone on our heels. We hide in plain sight. Such is our way. But only until the moment of success. The final strike.
I prefer to act and speak plain. Kings and lords who do not are often misunderstood.
Yet, as a leader yourself, you cannot deny that subtlety and intrigue are a cloak you must wear. How many of your clan know the true circumstances of Sigurd's absence? You see my point. A leader must know when to speak and when to stay silent. For silence is not always a lie.
It can feel like one. You truly embrace the concept of hiding in plain sight, eh? To its very fullest.
As I do in everything.
Halt, Danes! In the name of Alfred, King of Wessex, I demand you release his royal subject into my care.
Come no closer, Christian, else your man dies by my blade.
Please, I'm not the man you want.
Keep your eye on this one. He'll be worth a hefty bounty.
Any false moves and I will snip your heels.
We have your man. Now let's finish this shadow play and be gone.
Are you sure that's Tedmund? He's dressed as a lord, but that man is shorter and fatter than I recall.
I'm not Tedmund. I'm not. I swear upon the Holy Rood, I am not Thane Tedmund.
What in heaven's name is happening here?
Who are you? Speak quickly or I'll slit your throat and leave you for the crows.
Shergar. I'm called Shergar. Lord Tedmund pays me a measly coin to serve as his double.
Brother Shergar? You are far from Augustine's priory.
I left the cloisters many moons ago, Your Holiness. The monastic life was not my calling.
We can use you yet, Shergar. Summon Tedmund to a meeting. Get him out in the open.
Tedmund has no care for me or what I have to say. My orders come by letter, never by mouth. I hardly know the man.
You're of no use to us then. Perhaps I should just kill you, here and now.
No, wait. Let me think. Oh, Danes. To storm the walls, you need Danes. There's a raiding camp west of here I was told to be wary of. Acting as Tedmund, I ordered a band of soldiers to capture them. If you hurry, you may be able to stop this.
If another band of Danes wants to join our assault, we'll have the distraction we need to get inside Rochester.
If the Saxons don't slaughter them first.
I am still Tedmund to the men in the field. I could speak with their captain, send his men away.
It's a fearless plan.
The Nornia knit winding paths that cannot be unknotted. It seems Ruth's sister was always in our path. Abbot, stay alert. We will send word when we're ready to capture Tedmund.
And this fool? He knows much of our plan.
Do what you want with him. I won't risk our plan on the shambling of this fool.
Come, Brother Shergar. And perhaps today would be the time to consider a vow of silence?
An army of Danes are all we need to take the fortress.
Let us hope. It is best to snare a wasp with honey. Have you ever considered more subtlety?
I leave manipulation to you, Basim. You appear to see it as an art.
It is both art and science to bend a man to your will. And harder still, to convince them that they are firmly in control.
Shergar was quick to betray his lord. Do you not think he would sell us out as swiftly?
Perhaps. Perhaps not. I do not presume to know a man's heart in so brief a meeting.
His prattle was sad and ugly, like a weeping babe.
You have little patience for chittering squirrels.
And yet I allow you to squeak in my ear, along all the roads and byways of Kent.
Because you are wise, and you see the same qualities in me.
That must be it. We're nearing the camp. Let us hope there are Danes enough to storm a fortress. Otherwise, this abbot's game is a long one.
It must be played, if we are to reclaim Sigurd.
Here in the ancient kingdom of Kent, the Jutes have brought me to where his fire burns through traces of the Nephilim. Here the Lord speaks to me again. He warns of betrayals, of struggles, of the trials of the first ones. I do not always understand his message. If he is warning me, it is because he believes that I am worthy. He says there is one angel still trapped. She who must be released or joined. Must I find her?
Strange energy here. Aid me. Be my eyes.
We are too late. There is great horror here.
Those who remain must be saved, whatever the cost.
You will not see another sunrise, swine
Your end is nigh.
Come, brothers. Let's end it.
You on a hike!
You'll suffer for that!
owe you our lives, friend. These Saxon whoresons would have killed us all.
Yes, they would have. And now's your chance to hit back. March with us on Rochester, and drain it of riches.
I would gladly, friend. But we few will not break those iron-thick walls.
And we have no allies in Wessex. None who could be called upon to attack their countrymen.
Mercia will heed the call. Gietrich will provide our Vikinger Hort. We'll send a message to Oxenfordshire. The men of Mercia would gladly take a swipe at Wessex. What is your name, warrior?
Runa Egilsdotter.
We need ships, Runa.
We have a small fleet moored upriver, but the naval chain blocks passage to Rochester's walls.
I'll remove it, and your people will bring their ships. Now, gather these fallen weapons and armor. Gietrich and the men of Oxenfordshire will need them to hide their Mercian origins.
My warriors were denied Valhalla today. I cannot bear the idea of gifting their weapons to more Saxons.
Their sacrifice was great. Their gift will be all the greater.
And they will know justice with our victory. It will calm their restless shades, I promise. Will your men bring the armor to the battle?
And what is our plan?
In the morning you will go to Buckingham. Remind Gietrich of his promise. When you have his bond, meet me on the shore near Rochester with the ships.
Abbot Cunibert must be warned in advance. He'll need time to muster his rescue party.
Runa, that is your task. I'll tell you where to meet him before you leave.
All seems in order. At first new light, I will leave.
Good. That gives us time to drink. You traveled so far to carry out your duty. Is this the life of a hidden one? Always on the move?
No. Mine is not the usual path. The Creed does travel. Our ideals are universal. We believe that.
So there's nowhere you call home?
No place I call home. No.
Weird.
For me, home is family. But I have no family.
No one? Not even Hytham?
Parents, brothers, all dead.
I lost my parents when I was 9 winters along. Without Sigurd, I would have.
There is always one unbreakable bond.
Yes.
Children. They bewilder you. They can cause you so much worry. Fill you with joy. Even stop your heart. And if you're lucky, they replace you. I was not so lucky. I had a son. I miss him terribly. Even now.
I am sorry, Assasin.
He was taken from me. By someone I trusted. A friend, a mentor. A man who I would trust with anything. But a man you trust with anything can take everything. He took all I had. All I had.
Rochester will not be an easy nut to crack. Time to prepare. I need to clear this fort and break this chain to get our ship safely upriver. A mechanism should be inside. The side must be barred.
Flee! Ready, move! Back! Get back here!
With the chain down, Gietrich and the ships can get through.
Eivor, we await your orders.
You brought your weapons and armor?
Aye, Raven Tamer.
Good. Now we dig in and wait for our friends. Well met, old friend.
When the chance arrived to lodge an axe in the sod of Wessex, you thought of me. Such an honor.
Is everything else in place, Eivor? Are we ready to take Rochester?
Rally our army. We will drag this mouse from his hole.
The advantage.
Can't hold out much longer.
Then we will put them out.
I will see to it. That's it.
Try to trip the fool.
Another falls before you, Eivor.
Beware that burning oil!
Break down that gate!
Thor lends me strength. Headman is hauled up in the tower keep! Press forward! Let's go! Yes!
taking damage!
That's it!
It's almost crushed!
Keep going! In sight!
Strike with me!
Have to keep seal tight if we're able.
Then we must look higher up for a way in sight.
God won't let us lose.
You die now!
Another Saxon goes to his grave!
Pay for your sins! Back here! I'll make blood pudding of you!
Christ is surely with us!
Cut him down! Die!
Try that myself.
God bless me! Now I'm ready! Bleed you! I'll make blood pudding of you!
That will cost you.
Strike with me!
I'll kill you before I let you take this fortress. I'll cut you down, Dane! Rue sister will not fall to you, rabid pack of mongrels! Kill me, and all of Wessex will rise against you! You dare to take this fortress, Dane? Alfred's army will smear your innards across the battlements.
We're not here for stone and sand, Thane Titmont.
I shit on you! You and your toy gods! I will not bow to you like some puppet's lord! I would rather die!
How much will your king pay us to keep your sniveling head upon your neck?
An army marches upon us from the south. A holy man from St. Hadrian's Priory, backed by a field.
Ah, then, Abbot. Kinnebert, God be praised. If riches are all you care about, the church has it in abundance.
If the terms are fair, you'll have your freedom. A chest or two of silver for a shit-stained sewer rat.
Stay quiet, or I'll not be able to stop my friend from slitting your throat.
Ah! Watch yourself, heathen. You handle me too roughly.
Yes.
You will die for the indignities you've showered upon me, Dane.
I mean no offense, Thane. You're only a hefty ransom to me, nothing more.
This is why you batter down my gates, kill me men, for a purse of grubby coin? You have no honor.
Enough, or I'll return you to the Saxons with 10 fewer things.
No! You there! Heathens! Let this good man go, or suffer an iron sickness.
And what do you offer us in return?
Your lives?
We lost many good men storming this keep. It will not be in vain, Christ's slave. 20 chests of silver.
Give them what they ask, Kinnebert.
A hefty sum that will leave God's coffers hollow. I cannot give it up without some assurance. Tedmund!
You extort me in return for my life? You were swiftly met, Abbot. Not long after these scallious worms took my fort.
On the Lord's bidding, Tedmund. At prayer, a terrible vision befell me. A host of heathens, your life in danger.
A coincidence I find rather... rather ominous, Abbot. Do you...
God help you, man. Are you well?
Air! I need air!
He's dead.
The work of poison, no doubt.
No. Rouse the man. He cannot be dead. He must not be dead.
Poison? How does the man die of poison in our arms?
Many great kings and paranoids have carried poison in times of war, as an alternative to capture and ransom.
A catastrophe! Alfred will choose another and... By the saints! Alfred! How will I explain this to the king?
We followed this road to its end, Cunibert. You may not like where it led, but you owe us our half of the bargain.
You shall have your paladin. I need a day. Return to my abbey tomorrow, and you shall... Oh dear.
These delays are grinding at my bones. We should abandon Cunibert, find Fulke ourselves.
Peace, Eivor. Speak with Giedrich and relieve him of his oath. I'll meet you at Cunibert's Abbey.
You fought like beasts escaped from your hell today, Giedrich. Your oath to me is fulfilled.
It was good to stand shoulder to shoulder with you against the pox dogs of Wessex. May our friendship endure.
This tanglebriar of Christians and lords means nothing to me. I'm here for Sigurd.
I understand. When you find him again, come see me. We'll feast and sing, with mead and friendship to warm us.
Agreed. It is too quiet here. Where are the brothers, or the abbot's men? What see you, old friend? I would say well met, brother, but I cannot shake off the needle itch of dread. Is something wrong?
I followed the abbot here, kept him in my sight. But the monks, his servants, I have seen nothing of them.
Dead.
I do not think so. But there is no good here in this grave hush.
And where is the abbot now?
In his quarters. Come, and be on your guard.
Does this have the stench of betrayal to you, brother?
Why would the godly shepherd ally with the heretic?
Kinnebed is a man who craves power and position. With Tedman dead, he must find it somewhere else.
There is truth in that. Keep your eyes and blade sharp.
Kinnebed, your guests have arrived. Come. Supper's ready. The dear abbot sent me a warm invitation, said my friends were eager to meet with me. It's early for supper, I know. But Kinnebed's ale goes so well with roasted lamb and cinnamon blueberry peas. I couldn't resist.
Where is my brother?
Is he not here? Mon Dieu. I never told him.
Kill her, and we'll never find Sigurd.
Sit, Ava. Eat. And let me tell you the tale of a man who talks with gods.
You mock me. I have killed for much less.
Of course you have. Isn't that the way of this ugly world? We cull the sheep and thin the flock as we see fit, you and I. Most who walk the earth are little more than talking blood bladders, wasted flesh. But not Sigurd. Sigurd is something else. Sigurd has been touched. He is deified. The gods, they speak through him.
You lured him in with that lie. Your words are bile and blight.
You should have listened, Ava. I tried to tell you. The gods are real and their power is within our grasp. You will never find him. Not till I have had my fill. To old friends. This really is delicious, Kinnebed. Is it cloves I taste? Well, that concludes supper. Kill them, and bring their bodies to my sanctum in Canterbury.
They will be upon us soon. Maybe there is another way out.
Fulke let slip that her sanctum is at Canterbury.
She did. And with no cause. I'd approach the place with caution. It may be a lie.
It may be, but it's the only lead we have.
I hope all this innocent sacrifice is worth the trouble.
It's Sigurd, my brother. Of course it is.
Then come. Let us dive into the maw of death. I was never keen on seeing my winter years. This will not be for nothing, Eivor.
It's not just him.
We were speaking, Eivor.
It's not just him. I want Fulke to suffer.
This land of summer, mists and forests, dreaming darkly. I see secrets. Know England. All of it.
And yet it rounds on us at every turn, snarling like a cornered dog. I begin to despair of ever settling here.
Perhaps the stars write your path, and you will never have a home here.
Do you miss the land of your birth?
I have long been away. But it is fiercely beautiful beneath the vanity, arrogance, and pettiness of men.
I should like to see it.
You could if you wish. My father was an architect, a builder of wonders. The great Mosque of Samarra, his masterpiece. Another man, who played the Caliphate's game better, took the credit. He was exiled, and died in poverty.
Your faith sours. What of loyalty? Shared stories round the hearth. Warm nights, bodies, and the tender love of another.
There are some who are worthy. A scant few that tower above the sullied mass. Men and women of vision and valor.
Sigurd is one such man.
He is. Fulke isn't wrong on that score.
I fear for him, Basim. I cannot rest until he's free.
Nor will I, my friend. The practice of learning has waned considerably in England since the days of the Romans. What books they still have, they keep locked away in their churches, hidden from the eyes of common folk.
Thralls and churls cannot read. What would be the point?
They could learn. The church could teach them. So much of human history would be open to them. Aristotle, Pythagoras, Euclid, ancient knowledge lost to all but a few hard-headed men of the cloth.
You have studied these works yourself.
In my youth, I was consumed with a passion for understanding. I spent many hours a day in the House of Wisdom in Baghdad.
A seminary.
A great library, full of the greatest learning of mankind. For a boy seeking answers, it holds many riches. One day, I was sitting cross-legged, devouring a study by the great astronomer Al-Khwarizmi. With the swiftness belying his years, the papers were plucked from my grasp by the great man himself. His presence stole my voice. He was kind and open-hearted. He showed me such scientific wonders.
And what did you learn there?
Calendars and calculations placing the sun, moon, and 5 planets. Equations that crackled and sparkled with divine intelligence. I asked the great man, is this what it is to know God?
You saw your god's hand in the runes?
I found wisdom, and I have been searching for more ever since. There is great vastness outside ourselves, Eivor. Most only notice a few grains of sand. But some, like Sigurd, I believe, see the endless flow of... Most only notice a few grains of sand. But some, like Sigurd, I believe, see the endless flow of the hourglass.
What you see in Sigurd, is this what Fulke sees as well?
I believe it is. We will find no friends in Canterbury, so try not to draw attention.
This place reeks of the piety of priests.
This land of summer, mists and forests, dreaming darkly. I see secrets, and I want to know England. All of it.
And yet it rounds on us at every turn, snarling like a cornered dog. I begin to despair of ever settling here.
Perhaps the stars...
Need to cloak myself here.
You will never have a home here.
Do you miss the land of your birth?
I have long been away. But it is fiercely beautiful beneath the vanity, arrogance, and pettiness of men.
I should like to see it.
You could if you wish. My father was an architect, a builder of wonders. The great Mosque of Samarra, his masterpiece. Another man, who played the Caliphate's game better, took the credit. He was exiled, and died in poverty.
Your faith sours. What of loyalty? Shared stories round the hearth. Warm nights, bodies, and the tender love of another.
There are some who are worthy. A scant few that tower above the sullied mass. Men and women of vision and valor.
Sigurd is one such man.
He is. Fulke isn't wrong on that score.
I fear for him, Basim. I cannot rest until he's free.
Nor will I, my friend. This place swarms with Fulke's people. Sigurd will be well guarded. Caution and subtlety should be our path.
Ready. Follow me.
This is a trap. Why would Fulke give us her sanctum?
She baits us. Cocksure and arrogant. But she cannot see failure in her path.
Her fearful wit will say otherwise. Whatever we find there, you're dead.
You chastise me like a child, Basim.
I guard you like a father. Nothing is served with your brutal end. You have much to do in this life. I know it.
More riddles, sly tongue.
No riddles. I sense a greatness within you both. Your destiny is not to stain the stones of this godhouse with your blood.
Two arms, Basim!
So we are to blunder in like an ox?
Together, lad.
You will pay! Spread out! Die! Blindside the idiot! It's meat!
Coming for you! Your life for that!
Take you!
If she's still here, we'll burn this Christ house to the ground.
Enough you out! Hell, take you!
This must be the way to Fulke's sanctum.
Then let us go.
I'm here! Face me!
Have a care, Eivor. You will play into our hands.
What does it mean? These word tangles that speak of elves and demons. Details on the Order of the Ancients. Fulke ranks high among them, but it's not their head. By Odin, this is a sick tapestry she wove. For every drop of his blood she spilled, I will take a mead horn more. The Gospel of Mary Magdalene. The plans to the great fortress in Wessex. Is there something here we can use to breach it? Sigurd.
I may have. A fortress in Sussex. The Order trained soldiers there.
We must be sure. Sigurd is running out of time. Anything else?
Documents of interest to the Hidden Ones. Hythen will surely want to look. But for Sigurd, Porchester is our only lead. If he is in Porchester Castle, we'll need a massive army to crack its walls.
I have many friends in England now. If I call on them, they will come.
They will.
Basim. She severed his arm clean off. Can a man survive such a loss?
Physically, he can. Mentally, it's hard to say. So much stress can drive a man to despair.
If you suggest he might take his own life as Tedman did, banish that idea. I must tell my people at the settlement that their Jarl remains a captive. They will not take it well.
We will not fail again, Eivor. I'll scout ahead and send word to the settlement when I know more of Porchester. Be ready.